There are certain weapons in Terraria that offer the player the ability to make parts of the game extremely easy if used effectively. For example, if you want to kill the wall of flesh with little effort, just use beanades. Or if you want to take out the destroyer in a blink of an eye, just use the Daedalus Stormbow. Today, we're going to be looking at a weapon which I think fits into this category well and will not only benefit melee players, but any player who has one. Of course, I'm talking about the Death Sickle. In short, the overall functionality of this weapon will make most events laughably easy, and with no real cost to its power. Before we delve into this, however, if you enjoy watching these types of weapon reviews, don't forget to subscribe as it really does help out the channel. Anyway, let's start by taking a look at how you get this thing. One of the many reasons the Death Sickle is so good is thanks to being obtainable pre-Plantera, only requiring the 3 mech bosses to be defeated. Once done, you're going to want to be farming solar eclipses. Now, the hardest part of this whole process is actually getting a solar eclipse to spawn naturally, as it only has a 5% chance of occurring at 4:30 AM each morning. Luckily, you can eventually craft a tablet to summon it manually, but this is locked behind post-Plantera progression, meaning the usefulness of the weapon will be diluted slightly. So, assuming you can get a solar eclipse to occur, I would highly recommend building a nice lava pit with a room underneath for you to stand in. This means you can focus all your attention on the enemy we're interested in, Reapers, which will make a beeline for the player and float through tiles. With the Death Sickle having a pretty generous drop rate of 4.94%, you're very likely to have one drop in a single eclipse. Just be wary of Mothrons, which you'll want to fight outside in a wide open space, as they can also phase through tiles. Alright, with the Death Sickle in hand, let's see what it can do. As the name suggests, the Death Sickle is a sickle that fires deathly sickles. The spinning projectiles travel approximately 12 tiles and cost no mana or ammunition. The sickle itself can also deal some contact damage, further increasing potential DPS up close. Now, let's get into the juicy parts. The projectiles can pierce up to 4 enemies and, most importantly, travel through any block. The best part is, even without this amazing perk, the weapon is brilliant in general use, dealing high damage to large crowds of enemies. Here you can see it killing pretty much instantly as the projectiles linger for a few seconds after firing. Against faster moving targets, it also performs very well and gives the player a surprising amount of range for being a melee weapon. Of course, if it can take down biomimics well, it can absolutely take down Plantera. This is easily one of the best pre-Plantera melee weapons to use during this fight, as you can stay far away from the boss without even having to aim particularly well. With very little effort, Plantera is down, and lucky for us, the Death Sickle's usefulness doesn't stop there. As you may expect, it absolutely annihilates Gorm, due to having all the things that makes a weapon effective against this boss. The piercing, phasing, and lingering of the projectiles all add up to make an already easy boss even easier, which is especially nice to see for the melee class. Now then, I think it's about time we looked at what this weapon really excels in, cheesing events. Yeah, so by just putting yourself in a box, you can pretty much farm events like the Pirate Invasion effortlessly thanks to being able to fire through tiles. You could probably even set up an auto-clicker and make this a really good AFK farm. So if you're looking for a discount card or coin gun, the Death Sickle will make this infinitely easier. Even further in progression, I found the same technique to work for some of the early Moon event waves. Unfortunately though, some of the projectiles and bosses in these events also have the power to phase through tiles, making you require a change in strategy pretty quickly. The Death Sickle is truly one of these weapons I get in every playthrough and just can't live without. There's always a time I find myself needing to kill an enemy through a wall, and for the events it can cheese alone, I think it's well worth the grind to get, as you'll be paid back handsomely. What do you think? If you've used the Death Sickle regularly, what do you love about it the most? Thanks for watching. For more Terraria content like this, drop a like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.